Coach, one of the players last year who was off to a promising start, Alex Van Dyne, before he had the knee injury. He's back, looking good. And what do you expect for Alex?
He got 17 innings early on, and through 2 complete games as a freshman. Alex has probably the best all-around stuff on the ball club. Doesn't throw as hard as the top 2 guys, but Alex is an innings eater, and he's going to be efficient with pitches. He's a strike thrower, and we're looking for a big year out of Alex.
And we talked about it before we went on camera, a couple guys who are going to be in the bullpen. Mike Congrove, who last year was a starter for you, and also Todd Spadera, who has seemed to grow every year with this program.
Well, Michael found a way, 50-some innings, 52 innings last year, and it all started on opening day. We ran him out there on opening day not knowing what to expect last year, and he 8 innings against Ohio West and just built from that. And he's the one guy we have on our staff that can throw every day. We're going to start out with him every day out of the bullpen, see how we use him, and we might adjust accordingly to see if he fits in to that rotation or not. And Todd's a hard-throwing right-hander, junior. Time for him to step up, have a big year, and be effective for us out of the bullpen.
A couple other guys who will certainly see time transfer, Matt Free, and also, as you mentioned earlier, Colton Maxwell.
Matt came to us from West Liberty, pitched as a freshman down there at West Liberty. He has got an overhand breaking ball that's really tough to hit. Looking to see him in the 4-hole down in Florida, and then possibly back into the bullpen. When we get back home, when we shorten our staff up a little bit. He's got good stuff. And Colton, we're going to see. It's been years since I've thrown a position guy in our rotation. Last guy I did it in our rotation was Mike Van Scaven. He played center field, and playing third base and playing center field are 2 totally different animals. And so we're going to see how Colton's arm holds up. He's talented at both ends, both on the mound and in the field. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on his arm.
The team opens play this coming Sunday down at the Snowbird Classic. As you head into this tournament, you look at the competition level, very stiff competition level. What are your hopes coming out of that week?
Number one, we got to find out who we are. What's our makeup? How do we play as a team? I think, as I've told all the coaches, if we can keep our head above water early on, and I think our pitching's good enough to do it, to allow us to start 3 freshmen, I think we'll be okay. If we struggle early and start questioning ourselves and things like that, and have to run guys in and out of the lineup, it's going to be interesting. But the game is new, the bats are new. We could be talking 2-1 games, 3-2 games. I think if we just understand coming out of Florida who we are, what's our identity, and give ourselves a chance to get prepped for the high conference, I think we'll be fine.
Before we get into OAC play here, the Muskingum Invitational back again for a 2nd consecutive year. How did that tournament go last year for you, and who do you get coming in this year?
It's good. I mean, we hosted with Marietta, and we've got some teams coming in. Piedmont out of Georgia, driving all the way up to Ohio in March to get a taste of a high conference baseball. Teal out of Pennsylvania coming in, and Maryville out of Tennessee coming up. Those guys all want. You get all your points in the NCAA when you play our league, and we're gonna go down to Florida, have a tough trip down there, come back, take some days off, and that Friday Piedmont's gonna come in. They're pretty good.
You mentioned OAC play. The Muskies open this year with Heidelberg, currently the preseason #1 team in the country. Also a team last year that bounced the Muskies early in the OAC tournament. I'm sure that some of the guys on this team wanted their crack at these student princes.
Yeah, and we got them up there at their place. We beat them when Brock hit the Grand Slam up there at their place. Preseason #1, they deserve it. Returned 4 All-Americans. All their pitching is back. We've got a long road to get ready for Heidelberg, but you look at the top 25, and the high conference schools are scattered throughout there, and hopefully at some point we can put together a run and get in there.
Looking at this at the coaching staff side of things now, it's got to be a luxury. Coaching staff back intact for the 2nd straight year here. That's got to feel comfortable heading into this preseason camp before you go to Florida.
Well, I know my on-campus assistant, Coach Winters, Dom, does a great job. I mean, there isn't a day that goes by that I say, hey, we need this done. It's not already taken care of. And the guys are comfortable with it and feel comfortable going to them. We return George Ringheiser to it. He gives a comfort level to me in the dugout and brings the knowledge of baseball to it. And then Coach Gilmore's been with me for 7 years. Derek Bennett's in his third year with us, and we added 3 guys to it that all played 4 years here. Wes Carter helping with our middle infield, doing coach first base for us. Josh Cornwell working with the pitching staff, and Brock Whiteman back before he heads off for his pro contract. Is going to be with us, go down to Florida, and give us a lot of insight what he's learned.
One of the things that you do that really has benefited the program is the internet broadcasting of all your home and away games, so fans, whether they're far or near, can get in on the action and follow the Muskie program.
It's an unbelievable opportunity that's granted to him. My mother takes care of that, and it was her idea. And I don't know, I think we're working on probably our 6th or our 7th year maybe doing this, and it gives us a great opportunity to showcase our program. And you look on the other teams' websites and it always says broadcast live, and it's not them broadcasting live, it's us broadcasting live, and it means a lot to me. Thomas Pash is back for another year, brings great insight into the game. Thomas hasn't met a question that he won't ask me. Sometimes I've got to avoid him, but he knows. He's been texting me. We're doing interviews, and he's prepared for it. And it's just great to see. We're going to expand some things. We got Coach Carter's in charge of player of the game. When I forget about it, he's going to pick a guy. We'll get a guy on the radio and get some exposure to our kids. And the parents can sit in their offices and in the afternoon listen to the game. It's important to our program.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time today to join us on Inside the Huddle, and good luck to the start of the 2011 season this week down in Florida.
Thanks, Tom.